short. Krispy Kreme, AMC movie theaters, and Sephora, along with Dr. Anthony Fauci, just among some of the businesses and public health officials facing a lawsuit tonight from an Indiana woman who claims she's being discriminated against over mask mandates. Jennifer Reinhold, who has asthma, argues forced masking violates laws intended to protect individuals with disabilities. So, state the case to tonight's Legal Eagles attorney and host of the Law Junkies podcast, Ethan Behrman, and criminal defense attorney David Bruno. Welcome back, gentlemen.
Hello, Shannon.
Good evening, Shannon.
Let's start with Exhibit A. This is from her complaint. She says mask mandates harm disabled people in two ways. A, by forcing or encouraging a person with a breathing disability to wear a mask, which puts his or her health at risk. Or B, by not wearing a mask, the disabled person is marked as being disabled, or worse, marked as a protester or a selfish person who does not care about whether or not they get others sick. Ethan.
Yeah, that is a tough argument for her to win. We have recent cases like the Sixth Circuit last week upholding blocking a preliminary injunction on mask mandates. We have numerous other precedents here. And further, what's actually even worse in her case is now we have the Department of Education arguing that restricting or limiting wearing masks actually could discriminate against others with disabilities who aren't able to wear masks under real disabilities. Asthma is a disability under the ADA.
Okay.
No. Asthma is a disability under the ADA, but major asthma groups have come out and said, you can wear a mask when you have asthma. It's not an issue for asthma sufferers. So I think she has a tough uphill battle here.
Okay, so Exhibit B, David, goes to you. This is from the Friendly Atheist. It says Christian woman sues CDC, Dr. Fauci, Chris Green, everybody else. Says she's someone who demands everything and doesn't give a, and I'm quoting, damn, who might get hurt as a result of her selfishness. For the record, there are medical exemptions to mask mandates in certain places, but no one has to go to a particular restaurant, much less stand inside because the drive-thru isn't their favorite option. David.
Yeah, well, first in the complaint, she cites God. Says God told her to file the complaint. What better authority, right? But no, seriously. The fact is, yes, this is a disability asthma, and it really does depend. I mean, not every single asthma is the same. It depends on the level of asthma, and for some of the more egregious conditions, it can be a problem. Now here, she really does need some legal advice because this was a pro se complaint. She filed it herself. She certified it herself, and it's 122 pages. It has exhibits. She cites to reports from the early 1900s as her source of information here. So she needs some guidance for sure, but when you boil it down, there are some medical conditions that do have problems with wearing the masks, and they should be exempt. It depends on what the levels are for her and what her underlying issues are.
Yeah, she says that she had promised to get some Krispy Kreme donuts for her daughter, went in there without a mask. They said you can't come in without a mask. So she returned to the car. This is Exhibit C, part of her complaint. Returned to the car, donned a mask, and waited in line in the Krispy Kreme store for 10 minutes to get the donuts. Had an asthma attack while she was in the store because of wearing the mask. Store employees, including the manager, were unconcerned. They told her she had the option of just going through the drive-thru if she didn't want to wear a mask. I'll give you both a quick final argument. Quick to you, Ethan, and then David.
Yeah, and that's the key here is she has so many other methods of achieving what she wants, such as the drive-through, and the courts have upheld as long as you have other avenues to get what you need, there's not an issue here.
David?
But Ethan, the line for the drive-through was around the building. I mean, come on, what else was she going to do? She had to go in, right? Interesting case, but there are real people that have medical conditions that we really need to think about with these mandates.
Well, she says she is one, so we will track the case. And as you noted, David, she did file this herself. So it is a creative complaint. I should tweet out the link, and folks can read the 128 pages if they want to. Thank you guys both.
Have a good night, Sam.
Great. Thanks, Shannon.
Thanks, Ethan.
And some good news.